My name's Laurie Coxe, and I am with Plum Creative Designs, where we make custom creations for you and your home and also show you how to make your own. Today I'm making an Easter egg grapevine wreath. We had some sound issues just a minute ago, so I'm going to go over very briefly what I've done so far. I have taken 2 Easter picks and I have zip tied a willow branch to the back of each one. And then I have come in and I have zip tied these to the grapevines. And now we're in the process of making the bow. As I was saying previously, this is such a sweet, colorful wreath. I don't want to overpower it with a multi-ribboned colored bow. So I am going to make a simple bow, a 4-loop bow with this ribbon. It is gorgeous. It is really, really pretty. Certainly says spring all the way. Very thick. And so I am trying to decide on whether I want to do a tail right here or not, a long one. I don't think I want much of a tail. Let me get my glasses on. So I am going to do a 10-inch tail. And let me pull in a little closer. And so the way you do that is you gather, just pinch your ribbon right here. And then I'm going to lay it down on my mat and I'm going to measure out 12 inches. And I'm going to bring that 12 inches up into my fingers. Let's see. There you go. And I'm going to pinch that in also. Okay. So I have made a loop. That 12 inches, hang on. There you go. Maybe you can see better. That 12 inches that I measured out makes a 6-inch loop right here. Okay. So I am going to take the ribbon after I've made the loop and I'm going to twist it. I'm going to twist it to where the front side of the ribbon shows on both tails. Then I'm going to lay it down again. I'm going to measure out another 12 inches and I'm going to take it to the back and I'm going to pinch again. See that? Then I'm going to twist again to where the front side of the ribbon is showing. I'm going to lay it down again, measure out 12 inches, pinch, and all I'm doing, I'm just pinching. See the back? Eventually, if I was putting more ribbon in there, it would go back towards this part. I'm not pinching it very hard. I'm just pinching it enough to hold it in place. Okay. There's my 3rd loop. I am going to twist to where the good part is showing again. I'm going to lay it down one more time. And I am going to measure 12 inches, bring it up, pinch, and twist. And then I am going to cut it off. See that? Anybody got any questions? Can y'all still hear me? You live and learn, don't you? All right. I want to make sure that my tails are exactly, they're behind the loops and hanging there, and I'll fold this one up. Then I'm going to take a florist wire. I'm going to turn my hand over and I'm going to lift up my index finger. I am still holding my loops on my thumb and my other fingers, but I'm going to hold up my index finger and I'm going to take that wire and I'm going to put it right underneath that finger. I'm going to pull the wire tightly and hold it tightly to the back. It's in between my fingers. Okay? And I am going to adjust my loops on the back and adjust my loops where I want them on the front before I've twisted the final twist. Okay? So there we go. Then I'm going to pull as hard as I can or as tight as I can, and I'm going to twist the bow. I'm twisting the bow. It may look like I'm twisting this, but I'm not. I'm twisting the bow. The reason why you want to twist the bow instead of the wire is if you twist, sometimes you can twist the wire so hard that it breaks. So always twist the bow. The other reason why you twist while you're making the bow is it helps your loops stand up. All right. Now this is such pretty ribbon that I want to cover up the wire right there. So I'm going to take a little bit of this ribbon, probably cut that much off, cut it down like that, and I'm going to fold it just like that. I've folded both ends in. I am going to put it in the middle to cover up that wire, and I'm going to tie it. Just going to make a knot. Let's see. I might not have cut enough. Knowing me, I didn't. Let's see if we can get it tied. If we can't, then I'll just cut some more. There we go. Got it. Fluff your ribbon again. There. A very pretty, simple bow that we're going to put on this. Now, let me say this to you also. This ribbon has such a pretty backing to it. Usually we dovetail ends, and dovetail is simply taking your ribbon, folding the ends together, just like that. So I've folded my ends together, and then I'm going to cut at a diagonal from the middle side of my ribbon outward to the ends. Okay? That is called dovetailing, and it makes such a pretty finish to anything. But this ribbon is so pretty. The other side of it, the opposite side or the back side of this ribbon is so pretty that I want it to show also. So I have just folded the ends up twice, which is what I'll do here. Just fold the ends up twice, and it allows for the pretty back side of that ribbon to show also. Just like that. You see that? Isn't that pretty? Okay, let's get back on the wreath. All right. So, like I said, my plans were to put the bow right here, and that's where we're going to go with it. All you do is take the 2 wires that you secured the loops with the bow, to make the bow, and you just slide them through the grapevine on the back. And then you twist your wires together. I usually go out about 1 inch while I twist, just to make sure that it's good in there. I will come back in and cut the wire to the back of the wreath at the end. I don't want to cut it off yet because I might want to reposition it. You never know. I might want to move this orange. In fact, let me do that right now. So I'm going to cut this Easter egg off. This Easter egg right here, I want to cut it off and move it a little further underneath the bow. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a steel pick on it. And I'm going to put it right up in here. Just like that. Okay. Y'all have to forgive me. I could play with the ribbon all day. Figure that out in a minute. All right. Let's see how it looks so far. Okay, so now that I have my really big pieces in place, I will say this. One of the great ways to design wreaths is always to start with your biggest pieces. So I started with my really big pieces. Now I have put my bow in, which was my second biggest piece. And now I can go in and start adding greenery and florals if I want. If I didn't have the picks and I had really large like hydrangeas, I would put those in, and then I would put my bow in. If I had a sign and a bow and then florals, what I would do is I would go in and put my sign in first, then you put your largest florals, or then you put your bow. Anyway, you work your way down from the largest to the smallest. So the next thing I'm going to do is I want to see if I want to add some pink hydrangeas first. Hang on. Now, these would be really pretty, I think, but they're a little too big. So I want to downsize these. And the way you downsize them is you can just take them apart and cut a couple of little stems off, and it makes them smaller. See, that's a better size now. Let me just look and see. Yeah, I think I'm going to add a couple of these. Let me get a couple more done. These can be used as little fillers if you need them. So again, what I'm doing is I am separating these. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to get used to this camera. I am separating these, and really I am just cutting off 2 little portions and making the floral smaller. Let's see, I think I'm going to do, we'll just cut them all and see what happens. How about that? Don't throw, if you have a good quality leaf that comes with your florals, don't throw them away because you can use them at the end as filler also. Okay, let's do one more. No, I have 2 more. All right, we're ready, and we have some small ones that we can add if we need to. Okay. Let me think about this. Figure out what I want to do. All right. So I'm just taking my floral, dipping it in hot glue, and I'm going to start add. I like right here. I'll get all that figured out in a minute. So, rule of thumb, what you do to one side, or what you do to one side, you always do to the opposite side. So I've put one up here. So now I'm going to put one right here. There we go. I want to put one right here, or maybe right here. I'm going to put a still pick on this one. Well, really. Cut it down and then put a still pick on it. There you go. I'm going to put one right here. Probably right in here. Okay. That looks pretty good for the moment. I think I'll hold off and see. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is put some fillers in. I have these. And I have these. I love this pink. I love this too. And I'm going to put some of this in also. Let me get some greenery in first, though, just a little bit. What you also want to do is you want to make sure that you keep your design in a circular shape if that's what you're trying to do. These right here are going to come up a little bit when I will in the end get these to come up a little bit more and this one to come down a little bit more. But I want to make sure that I keep at least within a line right here of my design. I don't want it to be zigzagged in and out. But let me get some greenery going real quick. I love this. If it'll come off, there you go. Probably not going to use all of this, but I'm going to use some of it. Let me still pick some of these. I like to use my still pick machine. And I like to make sure that my stems are going to stay in there where I put them. Okay, let's get started. Add some greenery first. Here go the glue strings. What I've done to the top, I need to do to the bottom also. So this right here matches. I'm going to come over here, put one right here. It helps with balance when you balance your wreath. I'm going to stick one right under here. Well, hey, Lexi Coxe. And here. Okay, I'm starting to get my green done. I need a little bit right here. I have a small one. Well, let's try this again. Do you see the circle? Do you see the shape I'm trying to stay with? You want to make sure that you stay within that little line right there. This right here is bothering me, but I'll figure that out here shortly. Okay, I like that greenery. Let's go. Hi, Patsy. Thank you so much. Yes, apparently you couldn't hear me. Can y'all still hear me? We're going to go in and add some of these in now. Y'all let me know if you can't hear me. Okay. I'm going to go in and add some of these. See, sometimes your grapevines are really compact. I probably need to put a pick on it. That's what I'm going to do. What you do to one side, you want to make sure you do to the other side. Cut that down a little bit. If you put something in, you don't like it, you can always take it out and readjust it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You do not have to make sure that the first time you insert something is permanent, you know? You can always change that up. Now, I have a little one right here that we're going to figure out where to put. A lot of this stuff you end up adjusting, which is fine. All right. let's see. Put one in right here. Move that for now. All right. Well, this came off perfect time. All you have to do, put a little glue on it and glue it back in. Okay. There we go. Y'all, I don't know what's going on right here, but I have got to fix this. This is about to drive me crazy. Pull that up a little bit. Put that Easter egg right there. Figure something else out. Okay. So I'm going to cut this shorter. And I'm folding this up. And I'm going to pull that right here. Fix that right there. And I'm going to put this Easter egg right here. But that is not long enough, so I'm going to show you a trick. I'm going to cut this off. There they are. Let me find a green one. I don't have a green one. So I am going to take the, here's one that'll work. I'm going to take, this was just a stem that, you know, a branch of a stem, and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to put some glue on it, and I'm going to push it up into this Easter egg. So that way it gives me a little bit more length to it. And I am going to put just a little bit more hot glue around it to ensure that it's going to stay. I'm going to let that dry for just a second. And we are going to put it in there. I needed length on it right here to come right here, so I added length to it, to the stem. There you go. Just like that. Let's keep going. Put that right there. Need a little bit more pink right here. All right. I love that. I love that. What do you think so far? This is really pretty. Let me step back just a minute. It looks really good in person. I want this thing to look like it's outside and it's just kind of wild looking. Get my florals up. You really can't see this right here, only for the way it is going. Always bend, make it look natural looking. So this one right here needs to, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little wire through one of them to make sure that it lays down. This one right here, I want to make sure it lays down just like that. Let's see if I can do that. My grandma always said there's more than one way to skin a cat. So let's see. There we go. That lays down a little bit better. Clip that off. Tuck it into the grapevine and you will not see it. Okay, let me pull you in a little closer so you will be able to see what's going on. What do you think? I need something right here, which I have more greenery and more stuff I want to put in here. But so far it's looking good. I have another one of these willow branches that I think I'm going to cut apart and fill in a little bit. I want some of it right here, that kind of thing. So let's keep going. I have one pink left. So if I need to use that, I can. But for right now, let's keep going. I could fool and play all day. All right, the next greenery, I just want to add a little bit in, is this right here. It certainly is a good green color for this wreath. It matches very well to it. So if you cut a green bush down, floral stem, whatever, and you end up with something like this where one of these could come off, all you have to do is take needle nose pliers and turn it under. Just turn it under and it is not going to come off at all. Let me get some of these. Prepped and ready. You definitely want to make sure that you bend your florals and your greenery. We want it to look natural, like it's out in nature. So we are definitely gonna bend these up. You just bend it a little bit so it looks natural. See, it comes very straight. I don't know whether you can see that or not, but we don't want that. We want it to be a little bit more natural shaped, like the good Lord intended it for it to be. There you go. All right, let's add some of these, some of this greenery in. Well, there it goes. Let me cut that down just a little bit. Thank you. Thank you, Brenda. Okay, I need a little teeny bit right in here, I think, just so I can break that color up a little bit. Maybe not. Okay. Kind of gives it that airy, grassy look. Let's bend this and shape this one up. There we go. I need some right here. Excuse me. Put some right there. All right. that's looking okay. What do you think? I think it looks great. All right, we're going to add, I really love these. I've got to add a little bit of this in right here. This is so sweet. I love it. Where do I want to divide it? So I'm going to divide this right here. And I'm going to come down and divide right here. If it's too long, I can still cut it even more. But these just go so well. Again, I'm bending with the coloring in this wreath. It just is really pretty. So I'm going to add a little bit of this. Where do I want to put this? Nope. That's what you have to do. You just have to play a little bit, figure out where you want it. And you know what? I don't think, although I love it, I don't think I am going to use it. I could put it right there. Might be a little bit too long, so I'm going to cut it down a little bit. You know, when you're creating a wreath, or anything that you're creating, you have to go with what speaks to you. If it speaks to you and you like it, go for it. If it doesn't speak to you, then you don't have to use it. This speaks to me, but does this? No. I'm not using that. It looks good, but it's not what the wreath needs. So that's a great example of it's okay to change your mind. You go with what you like and what you want to do. All right. And these might be too much too. I love these though. That's the problem. I think I'm going to hold off, but the one thing that I do want to do is I want to add a little bit more of the willow stems. So I'm just going to go right over here and get them. I'll be right back. I'm not going to put the whole stem in like I did at the first. I'm just going to separate these just to add some stem in. Okay, I love these because they just bend any way you want them to. Just really cool. Okay, I'm going to put some right here. Get this going. There we go. Put some right in there. This thing is just really natural and whimsical looking. Put this back on here. There you go. Okay, and one more. I certainly don't need this stem that long. Cut it down just a hair bit more. It's always good if you take what you're using and place it up where you want it and the length you want it or you want it, and then put your finger on it, and that helps you to know where, how much length you need. And I want that to go to the back and this greenery to come up front. Okay, how's it looking? What do you think? I like it. All right, so last but not least, we are almost finished. I am going to add some of these leaves in, because I like a darker green to be at the back. And the reason why is it helps the colors, in my opinion, my humble opinion, it helps the colors and what is in the wreath pop. Now imagine this is on a door. I have a white door, and if it was like had a dark green base or behind it, it would allow all these colors to pop. It doesn't do, you know, I'm not going to color it. In other words, I'm not going to go all the way around. I'm just going to add some dark green in. And leaves are a great way to do it. Just kind of finishes it off. Get that thing turned the way I want it to turn. Facebook doesn't show comments. That's why I have to keep tapping. Yeah, don't forget about the inside of your grapevine either. A lot of people forget that, but don't forget that. Well, there you go. One more. I think. Two more. There we go. And I see one more, and I believe we are going to be done. I said one more, but my eye, I have such a, I've done this so long. I can't help myself. There we go. Now, I need a little bit more willow. I kind of want a willow right there, or maybe right here. Yep. Hang on one second. Let me get one more branch. I'm going to want this to come out some. Bend it the way I might want it before I stick it in there and see. I don't know whether, I think I want to put it right here. Yeah, right there. There. Now, let's see. Let you see a close-up of it. I think it turned out really pretty. Certainly a spring Easter type of wreath here. I really like it. I'll bring it up closer to you. which way I need to go. It's got so much movement. See right there? See the dimension that comes out? Very pretty, very, very pretty. All right. I think I'm done. I might go in, put one streamer right here. Yep, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to add a streamer, just one streamer. This is such pretty ribbon. I'm going to fold the end up, turn it sideways, and stick it into my steel pick machine. Could do another one right there. Okay, there we go. Could put one right over there at the top, which would be very pretty. I think I will. Sorry, I just can't help myself. I just keep going until I know I'm done. We'll see how this one looks. There you go. And I'm going to add one more. Maybe right there. Yeah, I like it in the back. There you go. Sometimes you have to get them to cooperate. Okay. There we go. I think I'm finished, at least for right now. I think it turned out great. So don't be afraid of grapevines. They're wonderful to work with. Still picks, not steel picks. Easter picks are wonderful to work with. You can, well, really any kind of pick. You find a nice pick you like, and it's a larger piece and it's bendable. You can always zip tie them to your grapevines and work out from there. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Again, I'm Laurie Coxe with Plum Creative Designs. Please feel free to join me on Instagram. You can find my shop on Etsy.com. And if you think or know somebody who enjoys wreath making and would like to learn how to do it or see how others do it, please feel free to pass this video on to them. I hope you have a wonderful day. Like I said, please be blessed and make sure you bless somebody else today. Y'all have a good one. Bye.